All right, college football fans, it is time for week number 7. Before I move on to football, I got to say another thing. Seemed to work for me last week, but let's go Tribe. Let's beat the Red Sox. Moving on to the picks this week. Thursday night's game, number 21, Florida State. They're 4-1. They're at Wake Forest, 3-2. Two streaks are on the line this Thursday night ACC matchup as Wake Forest, winners of their last 3, welcome Florida State, winners of their last 4 games. Now the Seminoles jump back into the top 25 this week after beating Alabama. This should be a close game tonight. I like the way Florida State's defense has been playing, vaulting them to their 5th straight win over Wake Forest by 8 points tonight. Tomorrow night, we'll see number 16, Hawaii. They're 6-0. They're at San Jose State, 3-3. Now, Colt Brennan might not play in this game due to an ankle injury. San Jose State has won their last 3, but they're not going to get their 4th straight win here, as Hawaii will roll in this game no matter who's at quarterback. Take the Rainbows by at least 21. Saturday's contest, Central Florida's 3-2. They're at number 5, South Florida, 5-0. The Bulls keep rising in the rankings, breaking into the top 5. Matt Grothe is moving the offense, and the D has been fantastic so far, folks. They get a visit from interstate rival Central Florida. Now, this is a team that's beaten NC State this year, and they also gave Texas a good run for their money earlier this season as well. This is going to be a close game for South Florida, but in the end, I'm going to take the Bulls at home by 14 over Central Florida. Kent State's 3-3. They're at number 3, Ohio State, who's 6-0. Kent State's going to travel about an hour and a half east just to get a whooping by the Buckeyes. As an Ohio State fan, I hope Ohio State rests Beanie Wells this week. He's got a bad ankle. They don't need him this week. Take Ohio State over Kent by 30. Number 12, Virginia Tech. They're 5-1. They're at Duke, who's 1-5. The Hokies are on a little bit of a roll after getting rolled by LSU earlier this year. We saw them beat Clemson soundly on the road last week. I don't expect Duke to give them much trouble in this ball game. I'm going to take the Hokies by 27 over the Blue Devils. Number 18, Illinois, 5-1. They're at Iowa, 2-4. The Illini are riding high after stopping Wisconsin's 14-game win streak this past weekend, and they're looking to become bowl eligible for the first time since 2002. Iowa's offense has just sputtered this year. They're going to be in trouble again in this game. I'm taking Illinois by 10 on the road over the Hawkeyes. Number 23, Texas. They're 4-2. At Iowa State, 1-5. Texas is going to get the perfect opponent here to cure their 2-game losing streak after losing to Kansas State and Oklahoma. I expect Texas's offense to have little problems with the Cyclones' defense that has given up 35-plus points a game over their last 3 games, all losses. Take Texas in this game on the road by 20. Baylor's 3-3. They're at number 20, Kansas, 5-0. The Jayhawks enter the rankings for the first time in 11 years after upending Kansas State last week. The Jayhawks' offense has been stupendous this year. They're averaging 529 yards a game, and they put up at least 30 points in every game. This could be a trap game here, but I don't think so. I don't think the Bears' defense can slow Kansas down. Kansas goes to 6-0 by beating Baylor by 24 this week. Number 25, Tennessee. They're 3-2. They're at Mississippi State, 4-2. The Volunteers got back on track after hammering Georgia at home last week, but Sylvester Croom's Bulldogs have improved this season. We've seen them beat Auburn. We've seen them already have played good games. They're already improved over last year's season, but I think Tennessee's offense is starting to click. I like them close in this game by 6 over Mississippi State on the road. Number 19, Wisconsin. They're 5-1. They're at Penn State, 4-2. Wisconsin's defense struggles caught up with them last week in Illinois. Their 14-game win streak is now gone. Penn State got back on track by beating up Iowa last week after dropping 2 straight. I expect a close game in Happy Valley, but I'm giving the edge to Wisconsin's offense on the road in this game. It's going to go to the wire, but I like the Badgers in the end by 3 over Penn State. Washington State, they're 2-4. They're at number 9, Oregon, 4-1. Oregon comes back after a bye week and a close loss to Cal just 2 weeks ago. They're going to face a Washington State team that did put a scare into Arizona State last week. Don't be scared, Ducks. Dennis Dixon is going to give the Cougar defense fits. I like Oregon at home to roll by 28 over Washington State. Number 7, South Carolina. They're 5-0. They're at North Carolina, 2-4. Now, Butch Davis got the Tar Heels up last week to beat his old squad in Miami. The question is, can he do it against Spurrier's Gamecocks? I'm telling you the answer is no. The defense of South Carolina is way too strong for North Carolina. I like South Carolina in this game by 17. Number 1, LSU is 6-0 at number 18, Kentucky 5-1. Kentucky's party was crashed last week by South Carolina, and LSU avoided their party crashing by Florida by winning a close game over the Gators last week. Kentucky's going to face their second straight strong defense in this game. That means Kentucky's losing 2 straight here, folks. I like LSU on the road by 13 over Kentucky. Number 4, Boston College. They're 6-0. They're at Notre Dame, 1-5. Notre Dame finally got on the board, earning their first win over UCLA last week. Boston College is off to their first 6-0 start since 1942. Now, Matt Ryan has the offense of Boston College just soaring. I think they do it again over the Irish this week on the road. I'm taking Boston College by 10 in this game. Oregon's 2-4. They're at number 10, USC 4-1. USC became the surprise of the week last week after they got upset by Stanford. I expect SC to get back on track this weekend, though, and demolish Arizona. Trojans by 26 over the Wildcats. Georgia, number 24, they're 4-2. They're at Vanderbilt, who's 3-2. Georgia's going to stay on the road after they took a beating to Tennessee last week in Tennessee, but I don't think Vanderbilt's defense can do enough to stop the Bulldogs' offense in this game. I give the edge to Georgia on the road over Vanderbilt by 9. Number 11, Missouri's 5-0. They're at number 6, Oklahoma, who's 5-1. Now, Missouri has one of the best balanced offenses in the country, and they just hammered Nebraska this past week. Oklahoma returns home after beating rival Texas last week. This could be the game of the week, but I'm going to take Oklahoma at home in a very, very close Big 12 contest. Sooners by 3 over Missouri. Louisville, they're 3-3. They're at number 15, Cincinnati, 6-0. Cincy's off to their best start since 1958. Their defense has been stellar, and their offense has been averaging 41 points a game over their last 7 games, dating back to last season. Now, Louisville's a team that started off in the top 10 this year, folks, and they have fallen on hard times. They just don't play defense. I like Cincinnati to keep winning because of their defense, but this game could become a shootout. But I'm going to favor Cincinnati by 7 over Louisville. Oregon State's 3-3. They're at number 2, Cal, 5-0. Cal returns from a bye week after beating Oregon 2 weeks ago. It was a great win for them, and they're rewarded with their highest ranking in over 50 years, folks. They come in at number 2 this week. I don't expect them to lose that ranking this week either, as Nate Longshore and the Bears offense will score at will on the Beavers. Take Cal by 29 in this ballgame. 22, Auburn, 4-2. They're at Arkansas, who's 3-2. Auburn's on a little bit of a roll after beating Florida and Vanderbilt in the past 2 weeks. They're going to run into a tough Arkansas squad who's led by Felix Jones and Darren McFadden. I like the Hogs at home in a mild upset in the SEC this week. I'm taking Arkansas by 3 over Auburn. Washington's 2-3. They are at number 14, Arizona State, 6-0. The Sun Devils look to stay atop the Pac-10, and they face a Washington team whose schedule has just been absolutely brutal. The Huskies are coming off a bye week and a close loss to USC a couple weeks ago. Hey, my kitty jumps up here. Anyway, Arizona State's going to have too much offense for the Huskies. But again, another close game for the Sun Devils. I'm taking Arizona State late in this game by 6 over Washington. That's going to do it for Week 7, folks. Enjoy the game. Go Tribe.